So yeah, today I would like to talk to you about the automotive and mobility. Yeah, because I'm in this industry and it's really, really very exciting what is happening in this industry. And I would like to share with you, especially according to the topic of the sessions and artificial intelligence and how actually artificial intelligence, vision analytics, machine learning, reshaping the futures of mobility and basically also changing our lives. So the agenda of today's presentation I would like to share will be the first. I would like to talk about the industries affected by artificial intelligence, but not just like make the general comparison, just to compare it with automotive industry. What is actually in fact happening? Because we can say the penetration is big or low. Of course, we can say it only compared with other industries. So let's just make a small overview. Then I would like to share areas and examples of application of artificial intelligence in automotive and mobility. And I exactly would like to focus on some practical cases, not so theoretical, but more practical, so that you can see what is really happening and what interesting collaborations are happening in automotive and mobility. And then I would like to talk about the challenges and preconditions to accelerate application of artificial intelligence in automotive and mobility. And then if you have any questions, like I would be happy to answer them, okay? So again, I would like to make this session very practical, give you some interesting numbers. Maybe some of them will be even surprising for you. So let's start. So first industries that we can see the application of artificial intelligence. Some of them, they are mature industries, right? We see it on the top, like financial services or like the communication technologies and information systems, like for example, the virtual assistants. We can see like a lot of companies that implement artificial intelligence for their assistants, like Google, Alexa, Siri, and some services like more like local ones, right? Then we can see aspirational industries like healthcare, definitely retail, that you know that their application of artificial intelligence is, I would say, it's very high. And we can see automotive here as a new adapters. And it's really like new adapters, they're just starting to apply the artificial intelligence in the industry. And then we have like beginners and the strugglers, but let's just focus on automotive. There are a lot of companies, and I would say the acceleration is really very high in this industry. Here we can see that in 2015, yeah, let me move it a bit, maybe here, so that you can see. So in 2015, it was 5–10% of vehicles had some forms of artificial intelligence installed, or the companies that use artificial intelligence in automotive and mobility. It's really very low, but we can see that in 2020, it already was 20–30%, where it was in parking assistance, in autonomous vehicles. Of course, it was some in manufacturing, but it's expected that by the end of 2030, 95 or almost 100% of new vehicles will have artificial intelligence technology. And what I can see now, it's really happening. A lot of companies, at least, are implementing driver assistance. We can see the companies like Cerence, it's a big international company based in the US, publicly traded, that apply artificial intelligence in voice assistants, even like in predictive now assistants, right? So they can predict and can proactively offer some solutions in automotive. And actually, it's how the mobility service should be consumed in automotive predictively, right? No with a phone, no with screen, with some virtual assistant, voice assistants, and would be great to have predictive voice assistants. In our company, in LetMePark, LetMeCharge, LetMeVoice, we also work on this, on predictive mobility and predictive voice assistant. We collaborate, for example, with Amazon Alexa, in this area where, for example, native skill of in parking solutions for Alexa in Spain, Italy, Germany, France. It means that you can just ask your parking, asking just I need park, I need to park, and you will have our service. But we are also working on predictive algorithms. I will tell you about this a bit later when we are going to talk about this mobility services. And also, for example, we have, where is the application is the highest is in autonomous driving. So now the companies is really investing a lot in that area. And I would say that in 2019, the last, it was around 500 companies in machine learning, exactly in automotive industry. Mainly they were like startup, the companies, and it was invested more than 50 billion US dollars in artificial intelligence in mobility and automotive. And the interesting fact that this investment was made not by automotive companies, it was made by venture capital, private investors, like companies, but not so much of automotive companies. So still automotive companies are a bit far, but now, like I would say, I can see that now they're starting to implement, even create special departments to work on mobility and technological aspects of the cars. For example, Volkswagen Group created special departments, special like I would say, department or a company called CARIAD to work exactly on technological part of the vehicles, because now the companies are not so, or cars, not so much the car itself. Yeah, it's nicely designed car, very beautiful. No, it's more technology. And now we can see that the companies like Tesla, it's not automotive company, at least they're not positioned themselves as an automotive company, they're a technological company. And they're implementing artificial intelligence in their company, in, for example, autonomous driving and autonomous vehicles, right? Google implementing robot taxis, having their company Waymo. So the technological company, yes, they invest, they work in that industry, in automotive is technology. The companies automotive, no, but they are starting to move in that area. So I think also it's opportunity for the industry and for the automotive companies, and we are going to see more and more movement in this area. So like for people who are here and looking for opportunities, I think it's very, very nice opportunity to work to offer the solutions to automotive industry, to automotive companies, because they are looking for it, because they are not going to compete with each other like I don't know, Mercedes with BMW, but they're going to compete with technological companies, Mercedes with Google, like or Tesla with Facebook, right? So it's really very interesting what is happening in this market. And plus mobility services becoming like the part of automotive. We are now going to the events, not saying automotive event, automotive exhibition, no, automotive and mobility, because now it's starting to be part. People just don't want to have a car, they want to have mobility, they want to have technological car technology connected with the mobility. Okay, so let's go to the next slides, where I want to tell you about areas of application of artificial intelligence in automotive and mobility. So basically there's three areas, which is manufacturing, transportation, and services. I'm just giving you several examples. In manufacturing, it's like design, production, supply chain, of course. In transportation, we already talked about driver assistance, autonomous driving, of course, driver's risk assessment, and road analytics. Everything is like in, especially there are a lot of focus. There's a lot of focus in road safety, right? So it's exactly about driver risk assessment, driver's assistant, road analytics, and then services. So here we have predictive maintenance, insurance that also is using predictive maintenance, and also offering personalized insurance services, analyzing driver behavior, etc. Smart logistics, traffic management, predictive mobility. I will give you some examples, and I will tell you what we are doing in this area. For example, parking detection with vision analytics, for example. Examples in manufacturing. In manufacturing, I'm not talking about all of the manufacturing. We are talking about here in car manufacturing. Here, for example, you have two examples. I will try to put this video. For example, Hyundai, right, this automotive company, introduces AI-powered wearable robots. So it combines humans with robots and uses artificial intelligence. Let's try to see this video.
From human to robot, back to human again. The combination of a human with a robot overcomes the many limitations of a human being. VEX reduces the risk of injury and fatigue of a worker who carries out millions of repetitive motions for his job, enhancing his efficiency. VEX's 4-bar-based mechanism, which mimics the movement of the human shoulder system, and the multi-linkage mechanism applied to VEX's upper arm, provides 6 assist levels of choices according to various working environments, while allowing the same range of motion as human shoulder joints. The user can select the most effective lift assist angle, which enables VEX to efficiently assist muscular endurance for long-term repetitive work. It works without any battery through Hyundai Motor Group's own unique mechanism, while providing lightweight, convenient wearability, and increased work efficiency. The Hyundai Motor Group is moving past mobility solutions to develop robot technologies in order to make the world a better place. To create a world which fully values and appreciates all the moments of work and life.
Okay. So exactly, I wanted to show these examples because I think we know about autonomous driving, we know about probably virtual assistants, but this is like interesting case because yes, in especially in manufacturing, artificial intelligence is applied in many companies. Of course, for more efficient production that everybody is looking, and it's very interesting because like we are going to talk about the challenges and how we can accelerate it, how can be accelerated the application of artificial intelligence in this industry. And exactly, it's looking for efficiency and for new business models. Okay, and for example, another example. I'm not going to put this video. You can see if you want this in YouTube. But it's already in many factories, but in especially in automotive companies, the vehicles, autonomous vehicles that can transport from one part to another, connecting the lines, autonomous vehicles. And here is exactly, it's interesting, the application of autonomous vehicle, because it's now, because of the regulations, and let's be honest, because the self-driving technology is not perfect, there is still risk, there is like some conflicts, especially in manufacturing, in the factories, autonomous driving is highly applied. Of course, because there is no risk, there are no cars, there is not so much of a risk. And it's exactly what is, if I'm talking about autonomous driving, especially it's applied in the factories, or even in the especially in the factories of the automotive companies that are testing this, or in some more closed areas, for example, in parking areas. For example, Mercedes uses and offers the autonomous driving in the parking in Stuttgart, near the museum of Mercedes. It's allowed, it's allowed on the level, on the local level, to have the cars in parking, but it's in the closed area, right? There is no kids, there are no kids, the speed is limited. So there we can see already like a practical application of autonomous vehicles. Okay. So let's go next. So examples in transportation, autonomous vehicles, of course. I think one of the examples, of autonomous vehicles probably is Tesla. And interesting that what we need to have autonomous vehicles, we need, of course, artificial intelligence, right? But we all know, we need data, we need machine learning, we need information. It's one of the challenges as well. We need more and more information and data to source the machines with the data to learn. So like in Tesla, really more than 500,000 Teslas now all over the world, feeding the data in Tesla's brain, right? And it's a huge advantage because we really need a lot of data to process. And how it works, of course, it's already implemented like self-driving modes. It's in the hidden way, already takes decisions for you, but of course you cannot apply it. And when you drive, for example, right, you drive Tesla, you make the movement. All this is recorded and also compared. Would the machine also take the same decision? Would be what exactly even the driver makes more comfortable to feel, because like sometimes you put a driving mode and when the car makes a very strange move, we are not feel comfortable, right? Like even decision maker will not feel comfortable of this move. So it's really very interesting process. You can see also a lot of videos and the articles about how this development of self-driving machines in Tesla. It's really very interesting. Then, for example, another example in transportation, it's in artificial intelligence and facial recognition technology that, for example, used in Thailand, Microsoft, GC, and their Frontis, while also in Thailand, because there is like the highest rate of the traffic on the roads. Around 66 people dying every day because of the traffic accidents. And Microsoft and with one of the big companies did project artificial intelligence for road safety. What they do, they have a small car, they put a small camera in the cars, and then this camera recognizes the face, phone, tiredness, whatever, and then can make like a call, or I don't know, on like a notice that, look, driver, you are distracted, you are tired, you need to stop. And you need to check what is like, or you need to be focused, you need to drink coffee. Definitely, then they are taking the different decisions. In this case, it was implemented with the drivers of the GC, and the drivers, when they detect that the driver is not very focused, or there is something that can affect the safety of the passengers. So he has received the notice and he has to call to the supervisor and to then follow the step that should be done. Again, it was very interesting that exactly the prediction and the risk was really detected very nice and very very strict in this case. So very nice application that I think can be applied, especially in the transportation companies, bus drivers, drivers of the vans, to detect exactly how sometimes you cannot know, right, if you are tired or no. So what should you do? Okay, and then in mobility services, some examples. Predictive maintenance, one company. I'm giving here example exactly of this company because it's a company of our group. It's a connected car platform, and we use machine learning for predictive maintenance. So we predict breakdowns, we predict some malfunctions in the car, and inform the users to the app that something can happen to the car, and also connect these drivers directly with repair stations. So it's one of the cases that our group of the companies uses. And then another example is predictive mobility services. Here we are developing predictive parking, predictive charging. So LetMePark is the company of our group, and Grupo Next, connected car platform. We developed a service that can predict if you need parking. We take a lot of information, like some basic one that is just an algorithm, but also we are trying to understand the habits, the behavior of the user, because sometimes it's just there is no logic, right? There is no logic, and we teach our algorithms how to make the better decision to offer proactively parking or charging, or exactly what parking, what charging station. Also combining this with the voice technology, so like your assistant, your driver assistant can proactively offer you when you are looking for parking, you're just about to look for this parking. And then also we are applying vision analytics and machine learning to detect available parking spots on street using the data from the cameras on the streets. So like some even open source cameras, so we can inform the user where is the parking spot. Again, applying some advanced algorithms, because it's not just to detect the parking spot on the camera, but also understand if this parking spot is for which kind of type of the driver. So that's what we do. Again, little by little, slowly, and here it also like takes me to this point that we were talking about, the challenges and the preconditions of artificial intelligence acceleration, automotive and mobility. Even in our case, why we cannot invest more, why we cannot do more in this area. It's so cool and like wow, right? Again, about the user, about the clients, about the necessity, about the business model, about the efficiency. So still probably the market is not so ready. There is not so much investment in those services. The user is still on the basic level, and it's necessary to offer some very different service. And here what can help us is really competition, the severe competition that is happening now. And you know that the vehicle companies, the car brands, it's about the engine, it's about the car, how beautiful it is. But in the next 10 years, or I hope less, the vehicle will be known not for its engine, but it's for its software, and mainly due to the application of artificial intelligence. But what we are waiting for will also help us to develop these solutions and offer them to the big automotive companies or big technological companies. So this what can really accelerate the competition, the bigger, so faster Tesla and the Google moves and create the bigger competition, better the companies, as traditional companies, will also implement some different solutions and will look for some competitive advantage. Exactly what I mean, competitive advantage advantage. It would look the automotive companies. And of course, collaborations, it also can be a good precondition for development of artificial intelligence in mobility and automotive. We can see a lot of collaborations now. Again, standards, we need also collaborate the companies, private companies with the governments. So it's really like we can accelerate and we can create the best autonomous driving, but still we need standards, we need testing. So the company should work with the governments. Data, more and more data we need. We also, GroupOnX is a data company. This also gives a big advantage. We can get data, we know how to analyze it, we know how to source with more data and create better predictive algorithms, right? So the data, not all the companies, and now especially that nobody wants to share data, it can be a small problem. And then business models, create a new business model, create new collaborations, interests from the market. And here I think I can stop. I almost didn't leave time for questions. I'm sorry. But I can stop here and we'll